What up? This is actually going a lot faster than I thought it would. Not saying I've got this down to an art. But what's up, everybody? Football's back, everybody. Isn't that great? What's everybody up to on this fine Saturday evening? It's one of those days I woke up and I was convinced it was still Friday and I thought I had to go to work for a little bit. Thought about it long enough, I almost called in sick on a day I didn't even have to work. And I was like, fuck it, I'm not going in today. Hey, you're back. Was the connect? Yeah, I had to restart. I don't know. So these are end caps for a media wall. So how's the audio? I haven't used a mic on a live yet. But I built a media wall, and in between the shelves, I left like 3-inch gaps to where I can put my hand and add new LEDs or upgrade in the future. And these are going to cover those voids. I think the thumbnail I uploaded to this shows the gaps that I'm talking about. I was saying earlier, a lathe is the one tool I don't actually own. I'm actually pretty scared of lathes. Really want one though. I'm just afraid I'd be the guy that the piece I'm turning flies off and smokes my face, knocks out some teeth, lose some chiclets. You ever have that happen? Well, not lose teeth, but a piece fly off. There's one guy I watched online turning. I think his name was Oliver Goomis, I believe. Oh, they fly off all the time. See, that's not helping me. Ooh, that's scaring me. I think that guy's French, and man, he turns huge stuff. I don't know if you can see, but back here, back this way, in between my drill press and my router table, I'm thinking about building a little bench for a small lathe, but that's for the future. Ah, that's what the face shield's for. I just thought it was for dust and stuff. Actually, these end caps, I wanted to do like a Roman column, and I couldn't think of a safe way to, like, you know, make a jig to make a round column on the table saw or the router. I even tried to kerf cut a bunch of plywood, and it just always snapped. I didn't want to buy. I don't know how much a lathe would cost to make a 60-inch. What is this? 58-inch column. My wife was like, "Just make it flat." So this is the design I came up with. Nice. Right on. When I in this stream, I'm going to find you and follow you. I think I might have watched you live a few times. I could be wrong. I know I've watched somebody wood turn live. What's the BW stand for? Buffalo Wild Wings. Set up shop and do demonstrations at B-Dubs. Okay, makes sense. What's the biggest piece you've turned? I mean, do you do giant stuff, or is it always like ornate? These are the last two I have to sand, and then I get to painting. Whoa, dude. I think that's about what? Like a 4-foot spark plug? I'm bad with the imperial to metric conversions, but damn. Was that just for a display for a business? Nice. So when it comes to something that, I'm going to use the word intricate, do you make your own jigs to make sure everything is uniform shapes? Or do you just eyeball it and use like whatever that pincher measurer is? Because it'd be tempting to just keep making templates, but that's kind of like cheating, I think. Kind of takes away from the... I don't know. For me, this is just kind of a hobby that's gone wild. I got tired of buying cheap furniture. Got tired of buying stuff that comes in boxes. I mean, you don't realize it when you get started. Woodworking is actually a very expensive hobby. Whoa, dude, that's a lot of pieces. But I mean, if it's just like a simple wand, I assume you probably crank them out pretty quick. That's pretty cool, though. I actually, during this project, so I got 4 doors on each side of my TV. And then you start thinking like, oh, it's just 8 doors. You're like, oh man, I got to make 32 rails and stiles. Like, I couldn't imagine a project where you have 300 to go. Just one at a time, man. That's pretty cool you do that, though. Do you make them and somebody finishes them for you? You know, like paints them, or you just... Nice, 2.5 minutes. Let's say it's just 2 minutes. 2 times 300, 600 minutes. It's 10 hours. That's 10 hours of hauling ass on the lathe. Minimum. No, actually, this wall I made, the media wall, I knew it would take a while. It's taken me about 2 months, but I got a full-time job. So the old weekend warrior. Last one is sand. I assume you're using an electric lathe, right? You're not doing the, what is it, like pedal? You know, those, you know, the guys that use just use hand tools. They got like I forget what those are called, where they just pedal it with their foot. Oh my God, I couldn't imagine like my calf would cramp up. How's the dust collection on your lathe? Are there any good systems for pole lathe? There we go. Are there any good dust collection systems for lathes? It always seems like it just winds up with a big pile, which I'm not adverse to. Sometimes when I'm at the router table, my router table has crap for dust collection. It's about done. I mean, I use hand tools when I have to, but I couldn't imagine trying to plane everything flat by hand all the time. Yep. That's kind of what I figured. Just standing knees deep in sawdust. So if you sell lathes and woodworking tools, like obviously I'm not going to make 58-inch columns all the time. What's a good average size? I mean, I could actually see me like spinning legs for like a coffee table. That'd be pretty cool. What is that? About 18, 24 inches? The closest woodworking store I got to me is Rockler, and then there's a Woodcraft that's a little further away by about 10 minutes. And it seems like Rockler always has like pretty slick looking Laguna equipment. But before I get a lathe, I got to upgrade my bandsaw. That thing's a piece of crap. I bought my bandsaw used off of Facebook Marketplace from a guy who I think he was living with his parents, and he was not young, but it works. But he had the the guide thing for the saw blade on backwards. So like the whole time he was using it, the saw blade was literally like eating through the neck that holds the guide bearings. I don't know anything about band saws, but this is not right. Five hours, 4 inches of shavings. Like I said, it'd probably just be coffee table legs or maybe even a chair leg. I don't know. I mean, I would have liked to have a lathe to do this, but that'd be really expensive. I'm not the guy that goes around turning pin blanks. You know what I mean? It's usually something I need around the house. Although making wands would be really cool. I think my sister-in-law spent like $200 on the Harry Potter wand from Disneyland for my daughter. I mean, it is pretty cool, but I don't think it's that expensive cool. I don't know. Maybe even wood vases. That'd be pretty sweet to make too. I'm live. Don't come out naked. Did you bring dinner? Did you bring food? That's what he says. I could see bowls being pretty cool for displays, decorations. I don't think I'd ever make anything to eat out of though, but yeah. My wife just came home. What else did you buy? What else did you buy? I'm sure you bought a bunch of stuff to decorate, didn't you? You didn't buy anything for decorations?
No. Why are you judging me?
I figured you'd come home with a bunch of crap to decorate.
No. Maybe tomorrow. I'm tired. I need a nap.
These are empty. You mind bringing me
Come on.
2, please?
2?
I should have my air filter on. It would probably be a tabletop, something I could, build a modular, like something movable and put in between my drill press. Yeah. Yeah. Tabletop. Actually, pretty patient. Pretty patient guy. But by the end of a project, I'm ready for it to be over. Just get it out of here. But I always kind of work my way through it. Been working on this wall for 2 months, and I'm ready for it to be over, but I'm sanding trim.
Yeah, I'm going to take a nap. I'm tired.
Okay, go take a nap, hon.
Okay.
Sweet. I'm hoping I didn't throw my paintbrush away. Did I throw the paintbrush away? Every time I get done painting, I throw everything away because I'm like, I'm never painting again. Every time I paint, I'm done. Have any paintbrushes? I got some shitty paintbrushes. Figure it out. That's very tiring. Okay. You don't have to buy a shake weight. You can just shake paint. That's a good workout. Anybody ever see that South Park with the shake weights? That's an old one. I haven't watched South Park. 10 years. That's got to be good. Woo. Hello there. I'm sorry, I don't know how to read that. It doesn't translate. Sorry, but hello. I have to paint the back of these because there's LEDs inside and I don't want the brown to reflect. I'm not surprised. Are you out? Are you in Europe? Seems like Europeans always have like the Cadillac of tools. Like the Cadillac's a bad analogy, but I mean, you know, BMWs, Porsche. Hell, the soft close hinges I bought for the media wall were made in Italy. They're shaking up enough. Right on. 760 is not bad. That's doable. Oh, this is a crappy brush. This is a really crappy paintbrush. I think I'm only going to give the back one coat though. Yeah, if you're out in the UK, what is it? Dado stacks are illegal there because they take longer for the machine to wind down or something. I have a dado stack, but I never use it. By the time I get it installed and shimmed and made to the right size that I want, I could have just used a flat tooth blade and, you know, creep up on the cut. So it's like, why waste the time? Denmark. Ooh. I think you guys get a lot of vacation time out there, don't you? Like a lot of vacation time. If I had to guess, I would say, I don't know what time it is here. It's got to be like 4 or 5. If I had to guess, I bet Denmark is 3, 4, maybe 5 hours behind us. So it's got to be like 8, 9, 10 o'clock. Not behind us, ahead of us. Oh yeah, here in the States, we got basically you got to earn your time, your vacation time. I think like most jobs, you don't even get a vacation in the U.S. your first year in most places, and then after 1 year, they let you get like a week. But if you call in sick, they take that away. Not where I work, but kind of the standard. $11. Yep. This paintbrush sucks. This is gonna take forever. Hell yeah. I'm gonna go see if that paintbrush is in the. Hold on, I'll be right back. You can still hear me. Paintbrush in the window. Drying by the sink. Fuck no. Yeah, I think I threw my good paintbrush away. Damn it. I was originally gonna, excuse me, spray all of the media wall with like white lacquer. My wife vetoed white, and I'm like, if we ever sell the house, I don't know how well latex would stick to lacquer, so I'm just gonna paint it with latex with a brush. As far as I know, it's kind of kind of a pain in the butt to spray latex through my Fuji system. So I'm just gonna paint this like a caveman. $13. What? Right on, man. Sounds good. I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out, talking. When I get off here, I'll find you and do all the things. My mind works in simple ways, so I'm like, all right, Buffalo Wild Wings turning. B dubs. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate your time. Have a good night. Let's try a bigger paintbrush. Where's it doing? Not the one I'm looking for. I think it'd be a little better. Yeah, this is a little better brush. There we go. This is much better. What's going on, everybody? Anybody that's left? Anybody else watching American football? Football's back. Ooh. Be right back. Grabbing a different one. I was hoping to get these things installed tonight, but this is taking too long. Oh no. These all fit certain places, and I just painted over the label, so I gotta mark that. It's not gonna fit, or it'll be in the wrong place. Well, hi, Loretta. Sí, señoros. Is that Spanish? Mi español es muy poquito. No es bueno. Midwest, U.S. You know, that's one of the cool things about technology, though, is Google Translate. Like, I had to go to the urgent clinic it's probably been a couple months. Went to the urgent clinic for an injury, and there was a nurse who was on the phone with a translator with a Spanish lady. And I'm like, you don't have to do that anymore. Look, you can go to Google Translate and just talk through it. Totally shocked this nurse. Technology makes it a lot easier for everybody to communicate. Everybody's pretty quiet tonight. Nobody's telling me how to paint. There's no hecklers out there. Ooh, don't. Yeah. I've reached that age where a big weekend is getting new furniture. It's pretty exciting. Ooh. The me from 20 years ago would have been like, bro, what are you doing at home, dude? You need to be out there getting after it. Now I'm like, one kid's at the farm hanging out with horses. The other one's at grandma's house. My wife's in there sitting on the new couch. I'm out here painting crap on a Saturday. Real old people stuff. Actually, not only am I out here painting stuff, I'm painting the back of something. No one will ever see the back of this, but they'll see the light that bounces off of it. I'm getting tired of this commercial. I mean, are they paying that much money to have that same commercial ran over and over? Or just nobody's paying to have their commercial ran? What's going on out there, guys, man? What's everybody up to? Y'all got football on in the background? All right. Be right back. Gotta go get the next one. Ta-da! A painted piece of wood. So this is the front. And I'm going to paint the back, which is very exciting, thrilling. There we go. All right, to anybody watching, when was the last time you actually painted something? Because I hate painting. This is what I was saying earlier is every time I get done painting, I take the paint, I take all the brushes I used, all the rollers, throw that shit in the trash. Because I'm like, I am never doing that again. But it always sounds like such a good idea. You're like, yeah, I'm going to change the color of that. And then you start painting, you're like, this is terrible. I should pay somebody to do this. What am I doing? Oh, and not only do you paint it twice. Because no matter what the paint says, it's not done with one coat. It looks like crap after one coat. So really, if you got to paint like 8 doors, you're not painting 8 doors. You're painting 16 freaking doors. I don't know. Can you have music playing in the back of live streams? Will that get you a strike, or is that? I don't know, because if football's not on, I think I could put some music on, maybe dance around while I paint. Actually, it's really nice here. I think it's about 70 degrees, so I'd rather be out by a bonfire, drinking by the fire, hoping I don't get rabies from some bat that comes screeching in from the woods. Forget who it was. We were out. It's been a few years. And I was out, had a little fire pit, had it going. I think one of my kids was like, whoa, that bird got real close. And it's in the middle of the night. I'm like, birds don't fly at night. Yo. I'm not totally out in the woods. Totally not out in the country, but almost out in the woods. I'm in a neighborhood right before the woods. It's pretty sweet. I actually wanted to move further into the country, but at the time we bought our house, people were buying houses sight unseen. They would just see the listing and make a cash offer. Just boom. There was one house way out in the country. We were on our way to go view it. It had just been listed. And before my wife even got there, somebody had already made an offer. They didn't even go see it. Just was like, yep, we'll buy it. It's probably Black Rock. Probably them scumbag suits buying up all the land. R5. I think that's R5. Because I would say in the last 15, 20 years, land value here has gone through the roof inexplicably. All we're doing is building warehouses, distribution centers. How many have I done? 1, 2, this is 3. 3 more backs, then I can start the fronts. Do 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 do. Dirk 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 dirk. What's going on? How are ya? It's something Bill Burr says all the time in his podcast. How are you? How are you doing? Favorite comedians? Who you got? What y'all got? I was watching Shane Gillis the other night, man. I hadn't seen that Beautiful Dogs in a long. I hadn't seen that in months, man. That made me laugh my ass off the other night. And I think James McCann is coming to a city near me soon. The Australian guy, James McCann, catamaran plan. That is funny. Might go do that. L2. No opinions on comedians, man. Nobody's got no opinion on comedians. Nothing. Y'all are a quiet bunch, man. Can't get y'all riled up. Yeah, I think I'd pay to go see Shane Gillis come here. Although he went to a city, it's a little more rural. Had a bad time near me, so I don't think he's very fond of coming back around this area. Kind of sad. Shane took my wife to go see Bill Burr. I don't know. Was it last summer? Yeah. I mean, when I was younger, I'd go see live music all the time. Love live music. I know I'm just too damn old and tired. I like to paint stuff. Find it enjoyable. Very satisfying. Not really. What was I watching yesterday? Oh, I fired up that Alien Earth series, I think on FX. And I just keep spacing out. Can't really follow it too much. I need to try again, but I like the Alien series. Like Prometheus. I think I read online that the company that bought Paramount, is it Skydance? They're talking about one of their main priorities is rebooting Star Trek. I'm all for that. I could do a Star Trek reboot. I don't know if they're going to bring back Chris Pine, Zoe Saldana. Need to bring her back. Star Trek rules. Star Trek or Star Wars? There you go. There's a debate. Which way y'all going? I appreciate them both. But I personally believe Star Trek is more exciting episode to episode and like movie to movie but Star Wars has a longer, better storyline. That's the curve appeal. But Star Trek's kind of like what's that British show? Doctor Who. You know, every episode you're like, how can he get, there's no coming back. You can't fix this problem. And then there's a miracle and the problem is solved. So exciting. Two more. Ugh. It's interesting. Comedians are on fire, right? Like popularity, money. But comedic movies, like For some reason, that hasn't made a revival. Not yet. I mean, there's the idea that like you couldn't make Tropic Thunder today because of Robert Downey Jr.'s blackface and Ben Stiller's. You'd never go full, simple. What's his name? Simple Jack. Can't do that. I wonder if comedy movies are going to make a comeback, like a legit absurd comeback. I mean, I'm still a big fan of like Jim Carrey and like Dumb and Dumber, Ace Ventura. Oh, my daughter loves Ace Ventura. She's only seen it with commercials though. She's never seen Jim Carrey pop out of a rhino's ass. Mommy, that rhino's giving birth. That's the Jim Carrey I miss, not the current one. He doesn't seem to be doing much anymore besides Sonic. Which when I wax my mustache, people are like, "You look like Jim Carrey from Sonic." Oh, Cable Guy. Cable Guy was classic. Love Cable Guy. Cable Guy. Cable Guy. All right, I'm going to paint the back of 2 more of these, and then I'm going to jump up off here for a little bit. Go eat some dinner. That's a Pepsi. It's pounding the shit out of Pepsis. What other good comedies are out there? When was the last time a good comedy movie was made? I couldn't even tell you the last comedy movie I went to see in the theater. Had to be... Pooh. I have no idea. That's it, guys. We need to crowdfund. Actually, I think I saw that the guys from Super Troopers were crowdfunding their 3rd movie. Well, 3rd Super Troopers, which would be sweet. Love the Super Trooper guys. You guys ever see Oktoberfest? Anybody see Oktoberfest? They made that one guy's grandma. She explained how she warms up sausages with her hands in her mouth. The Super Trooper guys never did anything that I know of. I know the big guy had done real like other movies. What was his name? They called him Landfill. Uh, but the rest of the guys never really did other movies. It's unfortunate because they're a funny squad, man. Super Troopers was good. I don't know if you guys remember they would pull people over and they would pull people over and then see how many times they could say the word meow. And then the one big guy was like, meow? That's not even funny. I'm going to call the guy a chicken fucker. License and registration, chicken fucker. Yeah, Super Troopers. I never did get to watch what's the Kenny Powers show? What is it? Eastbound and Down. I never did get to watch that. Maybe I had to dive into that. I heard that was pretty damn funny. That guy is funny. He was funny in Pineapple Express. He's funny in Tropic Thunder. Actually, I work with the guy. His voice sounds like almost exactly like Kenny Powers, dude. Work. I need something good to watch when this is over. Got a new couch to sit on. Obviously, I could watch Game of Thrones all the time. I don't know why. Not that new House of Dragon crap. Still watch House of Dragon, but just so I know what's going on. Man, y'all are quiet. Ain't nobody got any opinions about nothing. I'm a big horror movie fan. Those seem like they're never going away. There's no way to get rid of them. People love horror movies. I went down the rabbit hole of American true crimes. I think I've watched something about every documentary on Netflix about, American mass murderers. And then I ran out of stories to watch, so I moved on to like British true crimes. Which I mean, they're respectable, but everybody's so polite. They're all so polite. I don't know how to explain it. This very mellow. Anybody got any true crime recommendations to watch? Any platform. I think my wife has us subscribe to every freaking thing on the planet. I mean, obviously, there's no true crimes on Disney, but for some reason, something's wrong. Does anybody else have this problem? Every time I try to watch something on Disney, it says, whoops, something went wrong. You're not allowed to watch The Mandalorian for the 500th time. You need to watch some new crap we made. All right, I got one more back to paint, and then I'm done for a while. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That made me think of Monty Python. Coconuts. They were pretending to be riding horses. That was a good comedy back in the day. Oh, yeah, dude. What was that? Everybody loves a good sketch comedy. There was Kids in the Hall. Not talking about that Saturday Night Live crap. Kids in the Hall. And then I think there was a sketch comedy, I think on HBO or Cinemax. Crap, what was that called? Oh no, I'm gonna have to look that up when I get off here. Those guys are funny. What the hell was that called? Damn it. Getting old's a bitch, man. Memory don't work worth for damn. Whoops. And then there was that show on HBO or Cinemax, the guys from New Zealand. Flight of the Conchords. That was funny too. I think their little mustachioed manager was the voice of the rock guy from Thor. Could be wrong. Was that Taika Waititi? Well, sweet, man. Yeah, get up and do it. But I almost went to it's called Lincoln Tech back in the day. Apparently, I didn't have enough money. They wanted like 30 grand to become SE certified. Apparently, I didn't have 30 grand to do it, and I didn't qualify for assistance. So I was like, okay, I'll find something else to do. But yeah, if you can do mechanical work, you can cut wood. It's exactly like aerospace technology without all the tolerances. Oh, what was I ranting on? Oh, Flight of the Conchords. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good show. Woodworking for me is just a hobby gone wild. Now I'm a weekend warrior. having fun doing it. Nice. Nice. Dude, and there's all sorts of stuff that people make and sell. Are you trying to make and sell stuff? It's kind of what I was starting to do for a while, because like everything starts as, what do I need around the house? So that's the project I choose to make. And my neighbor's like, well, you should make one and sell one. So I thought, all right, that's not a bad idea. I'll make 2 of everything I do, and I'll price the second one to cover the cost of the first one. So I'll upgrade my house, and it'll pay for what I need in the house. And then I made 2 like blanket chests, kind of coffee table sized. And my wife's like, well, we could use both. So I stopped making 2 of everything, because I knew I was just going to have a house full of 2 of everything. It's fun though. It's therapeutic. How did I start? I did the table saw. Everything I got off Facebook Marketplace for a long time. Table saw. Don't underestimate dust collection, because I went without dust collection for a long time. So even if you just buy a shop vac and hook it up to stuff, it's going to help you out. And a mask if you don't have a good dust collection. Because even if you just disregard health reasons, if you don't have any dust collection, you'll cut wood for half an hour, and then you'll be sweeping up dust for half an hour. What did I buy after the table saw? I mean, you can do a lot of stuff. Oh, I would go table saw, vacuum, router. Get a router. I got a cheapo skill router table for like $100 from Lowe's. You can do a lot of stuff with a router table. Actually, that's how I used to break down plywood before I bought a track saw, because my circular saw was crap. You can do a lot with those 3 tools. Well, and then the sander, like you mentioned. And then once you reach a point where you're pretty proficient in all of that and you have a little bit extra cash, then buy the jointer or planer. But jointer and planers aren't actually necessary most of the time, because like if you're doing built-ins, like building this media wall, all of it is 3/4 inch based. So you can literally go to Lowe's and buy almost any wood that you want, or order it in 3/4 inch dimensions, and then cut it to size on the table saw. You don't actually need a joiner and a planer. But yeah, table saw, sander, vacuum, router. And I mean, if you can get a good bandsaw pretty cheap, go for it. But it's not necessary, because you can just get the hell is this thing called? Why can't I think what this is called? Was that a jigsaw? I think. I got this for like $10 at Menards. It's a piece of crap, but it works. And then obviously drills. And safety equipment. Always look up safety equipment. Right on. Hell yeah. That's right. Tennessee bushcrafter. Dude, Tennessee bushcrafter. You ever do hunting videos? Because me and my buddy go hunting, fishing all the time. So I thought about doing that, but I don't know if it would kind of interfere with the woodworking channel thing. But we'll see how it works. Strap on some GoPros, go out to the woods or to the lake. Let's see if this one's dry enough to flip over and do the front. Hell yeah. All right, we'll paint the front. Yeah, I've been doing this for 2 years. I just keep reinvesting money into tools. It was just a hobby gone wild, man. It's a good way to upgrade your house, have fun. If you're married with children, go out to your shop, turn on all the equipment. You can just sit there. They don't know what you're doing. You could just be sitting there doing nothing. Oh, hearing protection. Oh, yeah. I never thought of that. Yeah, I didn't think about that. I assume YouTube kind of frowns upon, like, the actual shot image. I wonder what they think about fishing. Like, if you actually hook a fish and rip it up out of the water. That'd be my luck. Catch a fish, and then YouTube's like, you're banned for life for, hurting an animal or something. I don't know about Tennessee. It has not started in Indiana yet. Isn't Florida's hunting season like in the middle of the summer because their deer? That's when their season is, mating wise. Tennessee though, you gotta worry about bears down there. Y'all got bears. You got your trash cans in cages. A buddy of mine likes to go down to Gatlinburg. I think I forget where he was at. He went to a restaurant in Tennessee, and he showed me a picture of a black bear across the street. He was eating outside, and there's a bear like just chilling across the street from him. He did not going to say a guided hunt, but he went with an outfitter a couple summers ago to Canada, and he got a black bear with a bow. Really proud of him. I did not have the money to go with him at the time. Can you guys hunt black bear in Tennessee? Venomous snake. Yeah. Yeah. Now that you say it that way, Indiana's kind of like New Zealand. There's not many predators here. I don't think we have many venomous snakes. I know there was a wolf reported in northeastern Indiana, but it wasn't confirmed. I don't know how it wasn't confirmed. It was the biggest freaking dog I've ever seen on a video. Oh yeah, that would suck, dude. Down in Florida. Florida State is whooping Alabama, dude. Oh yeah, Tennessee Bushcraft, man. Y'all gave us the best quarterback ever, man. Gave Indy Peyton Manning. That's pretty sweet. Thank you for that. Spoiled us. Got used to being good at football. Now we got trash playing quarterback. Fucking Danny Dimes. It's our hope. Come on, Danny Dimes. When it comes to hunting, I am stuck with public land, though. Few friends I know lease private land from other farmers, and I've been out with them a couple times, but I'm cuckold to public land. It's brutal. After I finish this, guys, I'm gonna hop off. I gotta go eat something, go pee, take a break, enjoy that new couch. Appreciate you guys hanging out, shooting the shit with me for a little bit. Oh man. Yeah, I'm on Facebook. Yeah, it should be under Get Up and DIY. But man, 300 acres. Whew. Man, it must be rough, bub. I don't know how you live that rough, dude. Damn, 300. So do you have stands that are up year round and you just leave those and trail cams out? Or do you kind of adjust it every year? Yeah, it's a long walk. And my dumbass, I bought the steel the steel climber, the steel climbing tree climber instead of the aluminum one, which weighs significantly less. So you buy the steel one and it feels like there's you know, you're carrying a dead body through the woods just to get to a tree. Should have bought the aluminum one, ponied up for it. Do you even use stands or do you have the what are those the boxes, the blinds, like elevated blinds? That'd be nice to have year round. Dude, that'd be sweet. Just roll out, walk up some stairs and be in a blind. I heard you can get away with e-bikes. Like deer don't recognize e-bikes as a predator. They're used to bipeds, or quadrupeds, but a e-bike is always like, yeah, likewise. Thanks, man. Appreciate the conversation. It always feels weird to be out here doing stuff, talking, and nobody ever says anything. There we go. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Appreciate the conversation, guys. It's always weird when I'm just standing here doing stuff and people are just watching and not saying anything. Ground blind. Actually. Oh man. Ooh. I do have a ground blind. I like it. I have had no luck with it, but it's made for 2 people. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. Thanks for talking. Appreciate it. It's always weird when you're doing stuff and people are just watching, not really saying anything. I'd like to say that I shouldn't be talking so I can focus on my painting skills, but actually I'm going to go pee and eat something. Harass my wife for a little bit. Thanks again. Have a good night.